we are dealing with normal people, right? Because they are not models or they are not professional in posing or these kind of things, right? So they come with a lot of questions in mind. How do I look? Is my right angle good or is my left angle good? What should I be wearing? What type of color suits me? What kind of hairstyle? So the couples come with lots of questions. Being a female photographer is one of the biggest advantage, I should say. So as a photographer, you click 2-3 pictures and you tell them they're looking gorgeous today. Maybe it will be a glance, like the bride looking at the groom's face, and there's a tear coming down. So this moment, if you don't capture, you will never get to see it again. Never assume this. Because every wedding is different. Every couple is different. We are not dealing with any B2B clients. Here we are dealing with normal people.
Hello guys, welcome once again to another episode of your favorite podcast, The Clicks of Influence. And on this podcast, we discuss photography, videography, content creation, and of course, we discuss creativity. And today, joining us, we have Bhavishya Sajith, right? She works with Aruna Photographia and she's been into wedding photography. Of course, she'll be telling us all of that. And she's a female photographer. And this is something that is really particular because this is the first female photographer we're having on the show. And she'll be talking today on the topic approaching couples with confidence, right? And let me just go straight to you. Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thank you, Ava, for that introduction. What about you? Hope you're.
I'm excellent. Great. I'm excellent. So just tell us about yourself.
So myself, Bhavishya Sajith. So I am the founder and director of Aruna Photographia. So we are specialized into premium destination weddings. We have done, we are based in Dubai as well as in India. So far, we have covered 300 plus weddings. Wow. So we have, so that's one of the short introduction I can give. About us.
Wow. And today we are looking at something very, very particular. We are looking at approaching couples with confidence, right? And this is what you do as a wedding photographer.
Yes.
What is your process like, approaching couples?
So, most of the couples who come to us, we are dealing with normal people, right? Because they are not models or they are not professional in posing or these kind of things, right? So, they come with a lot of questions in mind. How do I look? Is my right angle good or is my left angle good? What should I be wearing? What type of color suits me? What kind of hairstyle? So the couples come with lots of questions. So the first thing, when we meet a couple, so mostly before weddings, there will be pre-wedding shoots. So is it there in your place?
Yes, of course. We do pre-wedding shoots as well.
Like save the date
kind of
things.
Yeah.
So I feel that is one of the ice-breaking session with a couple because during these pre-wedding discussions, we meet the client. We ask the couple, like, what are your hobbies? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? We ask them because at the end of the day, it has to be something which they can resonate, right? Which they can keep in their heart. So if the couple likes, something very playful. So once we have this initial conversation, we try to understand. We take few things and we understand what are their likes. So from this, we move to the next step. That is, we try to create something for them. Like it can be, we create a mood board. We tell them, okay, let's do a street style shoot. Or which is very playful in so and so location, or these are we can go with some vibrant, playful colors. So these kind of we help the clients with these kind of planning.
Okay.
So that is the first stage as a photographer we have to keep in mind. So
Making sure that they
yeah,
are comfortable.
we have to ensure that the best output depends on the location, it depends on the dress, how they dress up, what kind of makeup they apply. So all this, it will be small things, but as a photographer we have to have attention to detail,
Yeah.
right? So once this part is fixed, then we go to the next part, that is the shoot day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Let's take a step back. Tell us about yourself. How did you get into photography?
So that's a nice question. So during my childhood days, like I always used to wonder, like, oh, these photographers, what are they doing? They're catching the lights, they're capturing things. So I still remember during my aunt's wedding, there was a photography team was capturing it,
Okay.
and I was very small that time. So the photographer, he used to make me pose. Yeah, as little kids are around, photographers always love to make
To
the
make
little
them
kids
pose.
pose and do a lot of things, right? So this was happening, and this really fascinated me. So from then, I started, whichever weddings I used to go as a child, I used to observe what the photographers used
He's
to do,
doing.
how he's making them pose, how what he's capturing. So I used to be really amazed by the way they arranged the couple and everything. So this continued, and later on in my life, when I did my business studies, I thought, why not change, convert my passion into business.
Wow.
So that's when I thought, okay, let me start a wedding photography company and see how it works. So that's how Arona
This
Photografia
came about.
started.
Oh, wow.
And I started a company. So we there, my main aim was to give the best to our clients.
Wow.
So that's how we started.
Okay.
Like a passion was turned into a business.
Beautiful, beautiful. And
Yes.
how does it feel like, being a female photographer?
Being a female photographer is one of the biggest advantage, I should say, because when I started the work, uh, I felt that the brides are very comfortable with me.
Wow.
So I get to, explore things which our male teammates couldn't, because I was welcomed everywhere. I can even get into the makeup room.
Makeup room.
I can even get into the makeup room. I can give suggestions. I can help the bride, and I can take the makeup shoots, and the brides feel very comfortable. So especially when we get shy brides, they tend to be very comfortable with the female photographer, because they are able, like, at last we become like sisters.
Like sisters, yeah.
So this is one of, we get to connect more. And I feel like even the couples, they are more comfortable with the female photographers. They get to connect, they get to share what they feel. They're much more open.
Okay.
That's what I have felt.
So how do you make the couple, especially the bride, how do you make them comfortable during the shoot?
The first thing is, most of them, they are like, when it comes to females, they have a lot of questions in their mind. How am I going to look? Which size good? Or is my makeup looking good? Is my sari color fine? Or is my dress color, my ornaments? They have like multiple number of questions. So they come and they're much open to the female photographer. So they come and they tell me,
They tell
is
you.
this good? Is this bad? So that time, I am able to give them a lot of confidence. So as a photographer, you click 2-3 pictures and you tell them they're looking gorgeous today. This kind of confidence will give them a more, they become more happy, and they become more energetic. It's like, yeah, let's take photos, let's take photos. They become like that. So as a photographer, we have to keep appreciating them. We have to keep giving them confidence.
Compliments.
That compliments, yes. Compliments are very important when it comes to the photography, because this will help them to, keep doing things, whatever we say. They have to get that confidence. It's
Wow.
very important.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So as we continue, remember we're discussing on approaching couples with confidence. And those who are watching right now, maybe they are planning a wedding and they're like, maybe they shouldn't consider getting a photographer, right? Maybe they should just do the wedding without the photographer, without videos. I want you to educate someone who is watching, who is an intending bride, or who is an aspiring wedding photographer, the importance of wedding photography.
Okay. So that is a very important topic. So when it comes to choosing the right photographer for your wedding is very crucial, because weddings are like, it's a very the most important day in one's life,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, two people coming together, they're taking a promise for a lifetime, and this is one of the most important thing in one's life, and therefore it is very important to find a photographer who can treasure those raw emotions for a lifetime, because one photograph, it's for generations to come to see, oh, this is how they looked when during their wedding time. So if the photographer is not experienced, or if they are not experienced to work in such a busy schedule, it becomes very difficult. They might miss the most important moment. Maybe it will be a glance, like the bride looking at the groom's face, and there's a tear coming down. So this moment, if you don't capture, you will never get to see it again. So that's how important is a wedding photographer, like a good experienced wedding photographer in a wedding. So it's one of the most important thing. And also, we have to see, it is not just about capturing emotions.
Yeah.
We have to tell a story. It's about you getting ready, the emotions, the laughter, the tears. So all these kind of things has to come together, and a wedding photographer should be able to deliver a beautiful story style of video. So that's what I normally focus like that. We normally focus on a storytelling style of wedding photography, where each photo speaks a story. Or the album after, if you look at the album after 20 or 25 years, there should be a story behind it.
Wow.
So once the couple grow old, and once they go through the album, they should say, oh, see, look at you. You cried when I offered that flower. Or, they should be able to recollect those memories.
Wow.
So that thing, as a wedding photographer, you have to always keep in mind. So we have to deliver, as a photographers, we have to ensure that we deliver the best to the client as well.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That makes it very crucial, because the choice of your photographer during your wedding is, if you miss it,
it's
a lot of things go wrong.
Gone.
And a lot of people, when they're planning for the wedding, what they do is for the food, they prepare, they have very good budget for the food, they have a good budget for the dresses and everything. And then when it comes to wedding photography or photography and videography, they're like, okay, let's just get someone to come and cover. We have a very small budget for this. Now, do you think for a wedding, people should prioritize food or they should prioritize photography services?
That's a nice question. So, of course, I will say photography, not just because I run a wedding company, but you know what? Like, as wedding photographers, we should make people understand the value of it. Because the value of wedding photography, most of them nowadays, it's just
really know.
Diminishing, I should say, because they don't know. They're like, okay, wedding photography, we'll hire somebody, they'll just cover it and that's it. It's not that. If you're not able to, if you don't hire someone who is expert in that field, what happens is you will miss out on the most important memory. Like, for example, an Arab wedding is very different from an Indian wedding, right? Or from African wedding. So all the weddings are different, and they have their own unique cultural differences and things like that. So first, we have to understand the client, like what are their requirements, and then as photographers, we also inform our teammates. We all will be prepared. Okay, these are the things what we have to cover. So we will have a list of things. These are the main pointers which we should not miss.
Focus, yeah.
So all our team members will be following that. So that is very crucial for weddings. And another thing is, so these kind of an experience the client will only get if they approach, such experienced
Photographers, that's
So
true.
otherwise what happens is they just come, they don't know what's happening, they're just capturing something. But at the end of the day, we cannot recreate a wedding.
That's
Right?
true. Very true.
If it is some other shoot, yes, we
You
can
can
recreate
recreate,
it.
yeah.
But wedding shoots, you're spending like millions of dirhams for a wedding, for a rich, lavish wedding. If the photographer miss few moments, will you be able to recreate it?
You can't. You can't
cannot.
recreate. Yeah, you can't recreate.
So it becomes very crucial for the couples to understand what they require, their expectations, and find an apt photographer as who will be able to satisfy their expectations. I'm not telling about like as photographers we should not give them over expectations like that this it's not like that. But whatever if the client approach with certain expectations, always deliver the same.
That's it.
Or if we can deliver more, it is much better.
Yeah, yeah. It's always good to over deliver.
Yes, it's always good to over deliver, but
Yeah.
we should not give too much expectation to the
Expectations
client,
to the
so that
clients,
they are all way above the thing, and they go like, oh, then they something else will be in mindset, like the client's head.
Wow.
And but always ensure that the photographer and the client know what is happening. They know what are the what to be expected, like what are the deliverables. So they all these things has to be clear.
Wow.
With both the parties.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
what I feel.
So you're getting it, guys. If you are out there and you're preparing for a wedding, in as much as the food is important, in as much as the venue is important, photographs are
Yes.
most crucial, because
Most,
after
yes.
2 weeks, who remembers the food? Yeah, after 2
Yes.
weeks, who remembers the food? After a month, 2 months, 5 months, who remembers the venue?
Yes.
But those photos, the videos will remain
Yes.
for a very long time.
Those
Thank you
will
very
be
much.
treasured forever.
Yeah.
Through the albums and through the videos.
All right. So as we're moving on, I would like us to talk about preserving data, right? Because some clients, they might do a shoot and a month or 2 months later, they lost their phone or they lost their laptop, and then they come back to you. What do you have to say about preserving data as a photographer?
See, as a photographer, as like one of the most important thing is this, preserving data, because for that is again one of the most important thing while the client is choosing a photographer, because data once lost is lost.
It's lost.
We
That's
cannot
true.
do anything about it, and we cannot trust these SD cards always. So as photographers, what we do is we always keep at least 3 to 4 backups of all the footages. And once we deliver the footage, like especially the raw files, the raw photos to our clients, we tell them we'll be holding it for only 1 month, and post that we'll be clearing it from our database. So once the wedding is over, as photographers, the first thing is transfer your data carefully. And this is that moment is one tuck moment for all the photographers, I should say.
Because
Transfer the data, give again retransfer it to our servers and keep it safe. Till then, we have that tuck, and we are very we have to concentrate. If one file get replaced or few files get replaced, then we are gone. Right?
Yeah.
So transferring data is very crucial. So if like for upcoming photographers also, I really tell you that invest in buying backups, buying hard disk, so that your data is safe and you're on the safer side. So this is one of the place where photographers has to invest. They have to invest in backups. And especially in hard disk and everything. So in SSDs, though, this is one of the main part of investment in wedding photography
Wow, thank you very much
for
for
our
that.
clients.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay, so as we move on, remember, guys, we're still discussing on how you can approach couples with confidence as a wedding photographer. And at this point, there are certain assumptions people make, right? As photographers or as wedding photographers. And let's say you've covered 10 weddings, and during the 10 weddings, this is how you did the photos. And you might be tempted to assume that, okay, if I'm shooting this other wedding, I should do the same thing. Do you think for photographers, is it advisable for photographers to assume what they should do during someone's wedding?
Never assume this because every wedding is different. Every couple is different. We are not dealing with any B2B clients. Here we are dealing with normal people. Because as I said before, they are not models or they are not any professionally, they are into posing and everything. Never give this assumption. What I suggest is once before the wedding, there has to be a shoot, not the on the wedding day. So because most of the clients, they tend to get that gap, if you're seeing them for the first time during the wedding day, it's like, okay, she's going to take my photo, okay, how to post these things they don't know. So before that, if there is a pre-wedding shoot, if there is no pre-wedding shoot in the quotation, just tell them, okay, just come, let's take a save the date, I'll give it for free. It's okay. Because we need to understand them.
Yeah.
That pre-wedding shoot creates a connection between the photographer as well as the client. So we need to establish that connection so that the client feel very comfortable. Now they know half of the poses. On the wedding day, they're like, okay, this is fine.
This is fine. They already know, right?
I have seen clients who are very shy at the first, and for the save the date, they're like, oh my God, what should I do? There are clients who call me on the day before, like the save the date shoot, and they tell me, should we do it? I'm really scared. I'm not good at posing and all. I said, relax, chill, just come. So on the day of the shoot, what I ask my clients is, okay, you guys look gorgeous today. Okay, how are you? Just casual talks and everything. Then they're like, why we are not starting the shoot? I said, relax, we'll start. Let's get into that flow, like relax. Then we slowly, I'll just ask them, okay, come on. Just walk. Just look at each other. Just give a walk. Light. So we have to start with very light things.
Light
Like
poses.
walking, looking at each other. Just, a little slight hug. These things make them very comfortable. Then once they get the hang of it, we go to little posing. So we show them. So one main advantage as a female photographer is I'm able to show them. Like I can touch the bride, I can keep her hands. If some brides, they don't know how to keep the hands or their face, so I'm able to just, okay, I'll just touch
them
and adjust their face or maybe the hair. I'm able to do that.
Wow.
So these kind of things I do so that they get to understand how to pose. They get to understand how exactly this shoot happens. So these kind of things. So by the day of wedding, they're ready. They're ready because wedding is like a war, because there are a lot of things happening.
Happen at the same time.
Busy day. They don't know half of the things, what is happening. So at that time, it becomes very easy. For the photographer also, because we tell them, oh, that saved the date. We did that post now. Do it. They're like, okay, yes. Yeah, this is done. So this thing happens.
Wow.
This is easy for us also, for them also.
Yeah. You create an environment where they are comfortable. And once they are comfortable, they get into the flow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's very important as photographers.
Okay, so I would like you to walk us, through your process, like from onboarding to actually shooting a wedding. Like when the client gets into your inbox, how do you approach the client?
Okay, process from booking to the wedding. See, first thing, as I mentioned before, we have to understand the client. What type of dress they are wearing. So these things, because for Indian weddings, at least it will stay for 5 days. We'll have 5 different dress, 5 different stage decorations, 5 different color themes. So when these things happen, as photographers, we have to know what they're going to wear, what the stage is going to look like, how the lighting is going to be. So these things, as photographers, I collect all these data, then I share with our team, and we brainstorm. Okay, this is going to be the this is how the event is planned. Okay, we have to shoot these things. So we give clients some suggestions. So when, if it is a fun event, we give some suggestions to our clients. Okay, please ensure that these things are there, so that we can shoot these things. So we give them also a lot of suggestion. We ask them, okay, how you're planning this particular, if haldi or such events are very fun, colorful events in India. So we ask them, what you're planning. Are there cousins coming? Or is there going to be a dance? Are there games? How you're planning it? What are the dress code? So we give them a lot of ideas for them. So if there's a bride to be, what dress to wear? They come and ask us. Okay, we suddenly planned a bride to be. What to wear? What theme? So we suggest them. So this thing, as photographers, we have to be very much into the latest trends. We should know the colors. We should know what girls like, what boys like. So we have to really know about lots of things. Then only we can give suggestion to our clients.
Okay.
So these are few things which help us to connect with the client.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the first few months. This is what happens. So initially, all this color palette selections
and all of that.
So these kind of things happen. Then yes, then we schedule the event. So when we will be reporting at the venue, what we will be covering. So it will be clearly documented and given to them.
Okay.
So they will come up with some suggestions if it is required. Most of the time, we, with experience, we know what all will be covered. And we will tell these many things will be covered during like 4 hours or 6 hours. And we will tell them. And then we go for the wedding day. So wedding day, one thing photographers has to keep in mind is be punctual.
Very important.
Very important.
Yeah,
is
because if you come late.
Yes. If you say 6 a.m. we'll reach your place, you have to be there at 6. Because punctuality is the first thing as wedding photographers we have to learn. If you are not punctual, try and become punctual. That's what I should say.
It's very important. Yeah.
It's very important. No matter if the bride is not ready, it's okay. If the parents are not ready, it's okay. If you're the only one sitting there at 6 a.m., it's totally okay. But be there.
Be there.
Be on time.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I follow all these years. We are very punctual. And once the coverage, everything, after taking few clicks, show it to the client. Especially the bridal portraits, so that it gives the bride
some
confidence. And she's also, yes, I'm looking pretty today on my day. If we are taking nice shots, show to them.
Show them.
Let them also feel little motivated for the shoot. So like that, our wedding day will be over. Now, after that comes the data. First thing, before searching the photos and looking, once you put your memory card on the laptop, transfer your data. Don't sit and look. The problem with most of the photographers is once we put the memory card on the laptop, and once we see it, we are interested to, which all clicks, which is the best picture. Don't do that. First, you transfer the data, keep it safe, and then look for the photos. Because we never know. We cannot trust these devices. What if something happens to the card reader all of a sudden?
Trouble.
We are in trouble. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
So that is the process. We transfer the data, then we edit few pictures, we share with the client. Then comes the roll of albums, videos. So it's a big process.
It's a whole process.
It's a whole process. Which will last at least for 2 months.
Okay, so so let's talk about the wedding day proper, or let's say it's the first time you're meeting. Is it the pre-wedding? Yeah, let's talk about the pre-wedding. It's your first time meeting the couple, right? How do you open a conversation with them?
Uh, I think I already answered this.
Okay.
Okay, so how?
Okay, let's say just give us like a few conversation openers. You know.
Okay, start with saying, of course, with the greetings. And then you can say, oh, you guys look really amazing today. Give them that confidence. Give some appreciation. Like, oh, the dress is so beautiful. It's suiting you nicely. And tell them, like, if you are in a very like hill station, tell them, I'm planning. First, give them an intro about what you're planning. You can
Okay.
give that as a.
Okay.
You can ask them, okay, what kind of shots do you prefer? Do you like close portraits, or do you like to have some white shots? Because some people, some clients prefer black and whites. Some prefer very artistic shots. Some prefer very close, intimate shots. So just ask them, just make them feel relaxed for the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
You can just tell them, okay, there I saw a good location. We'll plan few shots there, and there's another good location. We can go there and take few shots. So these things will, when we talk with confidence, these things will tell the client, in the client's mind, it's like, yeah, this guy knows
Knows
something.
what? Yeah.
Okay, he will take care of it. We need to relax. So otherwise, they will start doubting. Oh, why is he so quiet? Does he know how to click? Oh my God, what's going to be? So maybe we are a good photographer, but because we are so quiet and sitting, there we will be like,
The client
okay,
doesn't know
the
what you
client
know.
will try to judge us.
Yeah.
So once we give them a lot of cues that we are professionals and we can handle their shoot really good, and it's going to be a beautiful 2 hour shoot. So if that confidence is there, yes, clients will also feel comfortable. Then they
Relax.
will become friendly with us, and it's like we can make them do things, and they will not even realize 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours
2 hours
is done.
gone.
Oh, yeah, it's done. We are done.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. So I would like you to, at this point, tell us of an experience you've had that was challenging and how you were able to resolve it as a wedding photographer.
Like in terms of shoot,
In
or
terms of shoots, in terms of handling clients, in terms of your team, whatever experience or whatever situation you had in your line of work.
that I need to think. Because challenging situations, yes, challenging situations as a photographer, which happens is when, either the groom is very tall, the girl is short. So when the height proportions become little, this might be a challenging for photographers.
Okay.
Because that time as a photographer we have to really work, our brain should work really fast, thinking in which angle or how we should place the couple. This is one of the challenging situations which I have faced. Also, although I was able to solve it, it's because we will move more into sitting poses for the groom, and standing for the bride,
And
so
all of
that
that.
the
So-
height is kind of balanced, and
Yeah.
we
I was
tend
just
to.
about asking you how you were able to resolve that because
So these kind of things we try to balance.
Okay.
But this is one of the challenging situation photographers face, like some height differences or the proportions and things like that. And these because when it comes to weddings, as I said, it is the normal people. So we need to. It is our duty to capture them in the most beautiful way. So as photographers, we should, at such challenging situation, don't be panic, but look for ways to make it look more aesthetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really really amazing. And how about your team members? Have you had situations where you have to dismiss a team member, or you had to scold a team member because of maybe they arrived the wedding late, or they didn't respond to the clients well, and all of that?
So coming back to the team, in our wedding photography, as we are creative people, we cannot, we have to be very soft with our teammates.
That's
We,
amazing.
so I have never faced a situation where my teammate is not punctual or anything because we follow this. So
Okay.
with teammates, I have never faced such, extreme situations. Yes, we do get angry when, some timelines are not met or when it comes to the post production, especially. But we deal it in a very soft and gentle way.
Okay.
Because as creative people, see, the psychological factor here is creative people are very emotional. So we have to deal as wedding company owners, or if you are managing people, we have to keep this in mind. We should not, that we should not create that emotional, what to say. Uh, we should not make them feel bad or this thing. These things really affect the team
The team.
because it is more of creativity. It's a very personal thing, right? So we have to deal with our teammates in a very strategic way.
Way.
It should not be like in a normal situation because creative people are very different.
Yeah, creative people are very different, truth be told.
Yes.
And they have different ways of expression. And yeah, that's what makes them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes us
Yes.
creatives.
Makes us right.
All right. So now, as we're rounding off with this episode of the program, I want us to look at wedding photography. Wedding photography involves a lot of energy, right? At times, you might need
Yes.
to run behind the bride or behind the groom. Maybe you're in the same venue, but maybe in a different part
Yes.
of the venue,
Yes.
and then there's something happening in another room and your attention is being called. You need to always run and all of that. And at times the weddings happen very early. You might, be tempted to leave the house without drinking water, without eating, and then you walk long days, come back late and all. I would want to ask you at this point some of the things that wedding photographers should do that can help them to be physically and mentally strong, to be able to do their job effectively.
So, as you said, it's really true because wedding photography, once as photographers, our core aim is to get the best picture. We forget ourselves. We forget whether we drank water or whether we had anything. We will forget all this, and our focus is just on the couple, on the moments, and everything. But these things really affect on a long run. So, what I suggest is always, whenever you get time, ensure that you are physically fit, in the sense you can go to gym, or you can do yoga, or to have a mental balance and everything. Because one important thing wedding photographer needs is patience. Because when we are taking a couple's photo, there'll be relatives, like a lot of relatives who will be like making a
They want to
rush and
take, yeah.
lot of rush and this, and some people be getting angry for no reason. So we have to stay calm. So this is very important in wedding photography. Your health, your mental health, and your physical strength, everything is important. So through we should also have a lot of patience in that. Yeah.
Do you have like any situations or some examples of photographers who've had difficulties health wise because they didn't take care of things like this?
Yeah, I have seen such situations also. But from that, I always tell our teammates, whenever you get, when the season starts, everybody will be busy. But we have certain time when we have off season, or when we get 2-3 days off. During those times, take a healthy diet. Always ensure you do some kind of physical activity like walking or running or going to the gym or something. So these things will help us to balance things. So 2 days or 3 days, if you're into full work, get right sleep also. Sometimes even the sleep get very much disturbed.
Yeah.
So I always tell my teammates, whenever you get time, invest in your health also. Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's truly, truly
That's
inspiring.
also a true investment, right?
Yeah. Of
Health.
course, health is an
Without health,
investment.
how can you
How can
take
you?
photos? So
Yeah.
photographers has to really keep this in mind.
So you got it, guys. Photographers, you have to be conscious of your health. It's very, very
Yes.
important. All right. So as we're rounding off, I would like you to just give a word of advice to wedding photographers out there. Someone who is into wedding photography and has been looking at, feeling discouraged and really wants to give up. What would
Okay.
be your advice to that
Who
person?
are discouraged
Yeah.
and who wants to? I can you
Like
please repeat?
someone who is a wedding photographer,
Hmm.
maybe because of the business,
Mm-hmm.
because of the stress and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they want to give up. So what would be your
Mm-hmm.
advice to someone?
See, one advice I would give is, of course, wedding photography. There's a lot of stress, but when you are planning to give up, think how you started. That is important. See, every photographer must have struggled a lot to get that first client, right? Getting the first client is the most difficult things in the in the entire life. Once you get one or two clients, fine. Rest of it, it's a cakewalk. Like you
Yeah,
can
you can
get
always
clients, they will
repeat.
see the portfolio, everything. But when you're feeling very low, think of your first client, how you cracked that deal. That is very important, right? So once you think that, you will get motivated. Yes, if I'm able to do that back then and grow, like it took a lot of my hard work, and if I'm able to do so many weddings, then why am I feeling so discouraged now? Why am I feeling discouraged? That is also an important question. What is lagging in me? Why am I not getting business? This also a wedding photographer has to see. Is it because I am not having the right skill? Is it because I'm not technologically advanced? Or what is the problem? Find out the problem, and always there will be a solution for that, and solve it and come back with full energy. That's what I will say.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
All right, guys, and as we continue, we're still with Bhavisha here with us in the studio, and we are looking at approaching couples with confidence. And as I said, she is a wedding photographer, a premium wedding photographer, and the CEO and founder of Aruna Photographia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try to find out again from you. What are the future plans for Aruna Photographia?
So the future plan is we are looking forward to expand globally. So,
Okay.
because I always love to capture weddings because of the diverse cultures, it shows different type of people. It's a very beautiful thing, a lot of lively emotions and things. So, I'm looking forward to expand to more countries. So now we are in two places, India and Dubai. So I'm planning to expand to more places, to explore more cultures, and that's something which keeps me on.
Okay, so one of the things I also noticed is that Aruna Photographia got incubated with one of the top universities in India. As a female entrepreneur, how did you achieve that?
Yes. So 2 years back, back in India, there's an institute called IIM Bangalore, Indian Institute of Management. It comes at the top reputed university in India.
Okay.
So they had a program where they wanted women entrepreneurs to come forward and pitch in their ideas and everything. So I got selected for that, and Arona Photographia got incubated with IIM Bangalore, and we have also received grant and a lot of support from them. So this was one of the biggest milestone as a women entrepreneur, because we are getting recognized by a top university, right? So this is one of the best thing which happened in my life.
That's truly beautiful. That's truly
And
beautiful.
also, I really want more women to come forward, because in a photography field, we can see very little women, very less amount of account of women, right? So I really want more women to come forward and, start, achieving their dreams. So I really would love more women photographers to come in this field because I feel like the number of female photographers are very less. Because many people love photography, and I have felt like women who are very creative, they are just little hesitant. But I feel, get courage and get that support and just come forward. Come forward, just fly high, just achieve your dreams. Start small, it's fine. One day you will be recognized.
Wow.
So just come forward and
Wow,
do it.
wow, wow. That's truly inspiring. That's truly inspiring. And the number of female photographers are really comparatively, yeah, are lower. Yeah. So it's a call for you guys, female photographers. We need more female photographers,
Yes,
actually.
exactly. So the viewers also, if there are few female photographers, even if you don't know how to click pictures, buy a camera, you learn it, just come forward. First start with your family, your friends, start clicking their portraits, learn it, then slowly build your business and build your career.
Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. All right, guys. So that was it for today's episode of the podcast. We had Bhavisha with us, a
Yes.
female photographer, and we talked on how you can approach couples with confidence. And I'll be leaving the links to her social media handles,
Yes.
her Instagram page, and her profile, so you can always check her work.
Yes.
Thank you.
And if anyone have any doubt regarding or confusions regarding like wedding photography, you can approach me through my social media and I'm ready to help.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
see you in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Ava.